Fading Out by Rocket here on the Rockin' Talk at 91.9 KZOW Active Radio. And right now, I'm very excited to bring on the show. Joining me on the air all the way from Los Angeles, California, is the lead vocalist of the new band Rocket, Janelle Barreto. Janelle, how's it going tonight?
Oh, it's going so great, Mitch. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super excited to be on tonight.
Well, I'm very excited too. First off, I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on my show, because I know you guys had a show coming up this Friday, but we'll get to more promoting that in a little bit here. First off, do you want to just tell me and our listeners a little bit about yourself and the up-and-coming band Rocket?
Yeah. Sure. So Rocket has been in carnation. I guess technically we're still considered somewhat of a baby band. So we've been together about 2.5 years. We're closing in on the 3-year mark. And it's just been such a whirlwind. Myself, Janelle Barreto, and a bass player, Bill Luna, guitar player, Eric Wibbelsman, and then our drummer is Paul Zapati. And it just has been like a match made in heaven since we met. And they were looking for a lead singer, and I was answering ads on Craigslist, of all places. And I liked the bands that they had listed on their ad, and it was like Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots and Red Hot Chili Peppers and Queens of the Stone Age. And I just thought to myself, oh, this could actually be the perfect band for me. And I answered the ad. They brought me in a couple times. I auditioned, and then it just, we clicked, and it just turned out to be a match made in heaven. So the last 2.5, almost 3 years has just been such a whirlwind, and so much progress for the band. Great shows, lots of recordings. We've been honored by all kinds of reviews and features here in music magazines in Los Angeles. So we're excited and feel so passionate and grateful for all of the things that are happening for Rocket and what Rocket is, basically.
And that's exactly right. I mean, when immediately I followed you guys on Twitter, you followed me back. We just started messaging back and forth, and I was like immediately jamming out to your songs when I first heard them. So I love your style of music. But
nice.
but how would you describe your style of music to our listeners?
We definitely say we're alternative rock, so that kind of puts us already in a box that people can be familiar with, and then we kind of add to that the genre of pop punk. So our songs are really short, they're quick, they're kind of like a 1-2 punch in your face. They're these kind of like little fast, fun, upbeat sonic blasts that we try to just like give you quickly with a lot of energy. That would probably be the best description for us.
Oh yeah, that sounds a lot like "Hey Baby," one of your songs. But anyways,
yeah.
Another question. You were already listing off some of your mutually interested bands with the rest of your bandmates, but were there any other personal inspirations, musical-wise, that came from your background, if any?
Yeah, for myself, I mean, being a lead singer, I'm strongly influenced by really great other lead singers, and also being a front person. I believe there's an art to being a front man or a front woman. And so my number one influence of all time is Chris Cornell, who is the lead singer of Soundgarden and then on to Audioslave and has done all kinds of solo work. And then getting all the way back to what I would say is the rock and roll Bible. I wouldn't be a female rock singer if I didn't give homage to Janis Joplin, of course. So in there also is like Robert Plant. I love Perry Farrell a lot, like how he dances and performs on stage as well as having a great voice. I'm influenced by Steven Tyler as a front man and Scott Weiland and Stone Temple Pilots. Those are probably my biggest ones.
Well, right on. I hear you there. And also, some of these questions now, what can we expect in the near future for Rocket? Now, I understand you guys are currently promoting your show this Friday night. That would be the 4th of November.
Yeah. So in the near, super near future, we're headed to the infamous Whiskey A Go-Go up on the Sunset Strip. It's a great room for us. This is, I think, maybe about our third or fourth time to roll through there, and the sound there just fits perfect with the sound of our band. They treat us awesome, and we are on a lineup. We've been really lucky this past year to play with quite a few infamous bands. So on Friday night, we're playing with a band called the Smithereens, who had quite a few hits back in the 80s. So we're stoked to be on that lineup. And that's this Friday, November 4th. And we play early. Our stage time is at 8:30 p.m.
All right, sounds good. So obviously wrapping up with one big kabang to the end of 2016. And you also told me you'd have 2 new singles coming out this January.
Yes, we're excited about that. So we went into the studio around springtime of this past year, and we have been working with an amazing recording producer named Doug Grion. And Doug has just really sonically brought out like the gems and diamonds of our songs. And so when we went in there, we made sure that we recorded 4 new tracks. We released 2 of those tracks at the beginning of the year, which are Fading Out and Remain, which I believe you're sharing with your music fans on your station. And then we held 2 of them back. So right after this whiskey show, we're going to go back into the studio. We're going to mix our other 2 tracks that have been in wait, mix and master them. And those 2, one's called Giants and the other one's called Fever. So we're really excited about those.
Well, right on there. And I know we're a bit out of West Coast range, all the way out here in northern Forest City, Iowa, but I'm going to be sure to spread your music here at and hopefully beyond Waldorf University. Now, do you have any closing words of wisdom for about 600 college-level age students?
Don't do drugs.
Right on.
Use protection. Stay in school. Those are like the big 3, I would say. And then other than that, I would say whatever you're pursuing or whatever your goals are or whatever your dreams and ambitions are, don't listen to anybody else. Stay true in your heart to what you feel that you want to do or what you believe in, because that's how great creativity starts. That's how innovation begins. And it's the combination of learning your skill, like being disciplined enough to learning your craft or whatever is the thing that you love. So you're very, very intellectual about it or smart about it, but also working on it with a lot of passion, like loving it and putting your time into it. So you have both the passion creative side as well as being smart about whatever it is that you're pursuing. And just stay true to yourself and endure. Like, don't give up. That's the most important part, is just know it will never come to fruition if you give up. So whatever is your dream, your love, your goal, your passion, just go for it and never give up.
Right on. I hear you there. Well, I am going to be sure to spread your music here at Waldorf, and you guys, the listeners, can listen to Rocket on Spotify, YouTube, or download their new music at ReverbNation.com/the band Rocket. Now, joining me tonight for a featured artist interview was the lead singer of the band Rocket, Janelle Barreto. Janelle, I really appreciate you joining me, and thank you so much. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much, Mitch. I just wanted to say one other thing. Our website, just real quick and easy, is The Band Rocket. And that leads to all of our web pages. And any of your listeners that wanted to, by any chance, be on the West Coast or have friends that are here in Los Angeles area, if they want to message you and you can let us know, we're happy to leave tickets for them at the door for the show at the Whiskey this Friday.
Right on. I'll be sure to do that. And thank you so much for joining me, Janelle. I really appreciate it. And you already got yourselves.
Thank you, Mitch. Our pleasure. Our pleasure. We'd love to be back on whenever we can.
Oh, I would love to do so. You got a huge fan out here in Forest City. And now I'm going to be playing you one of their biggest hits, Hey Baby, by the band Rocket. This is the Rockin' Talk with DJ Dragon on 91.9 KZOW Active Radio.